Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your reading today. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel. You've been very patient. This set of readings has taken me a little while to get out, so thank you. If you're waiting around, thank you so much. If you've just come across the channel, then welcome. It's really good to have you here. So let's get straight into it, Capricorn. Let's see what Spirit want you to know, what the energies are around you, and what they are moving forward. Let's go. We're with Capricorn, please, Spirit. We're with Capricorn, please. Oh my goodness. Sometimes the shuffling takes a while. Let's take this. We have patience. We have love. Very nice. We have focus. They've said only 3. Interesting. On the bottom of the deck, we have take the lead. This is really about focusing on what it is you want, Capricorn. It feels like you have been very patient, you know. Things seem to have taken a while to fall into place for you, maybe. Or maybe you're having to, in this current moment, be very patient about a situation. But Spirit want you to know there is a lot of love around you. You know, they are sending a lot of love. This is coming through as spiritual energy, but it is also coming through as physical energy. So I'm looking forward to exploring that a bit more with the tarot in a moment to see, you know, what context they're giving us this in. But they want you to know that they've just said all encompassing. So they want you to know that love is all around you, supporting you, guiding you, helping you see the way through. So if you're feeling frustrated at the moment, Capricorn, just know that, you know, you are loved, you are supported, and you need to focus on what it is you really, really want. Okay, now obviously this is a general reading. It's going to be different for all of you, but you know, this could be about you focusing on a particular aspect of your relationship. It could be you focusing on bringing in a new relationship, or this could be about you focusing on something you want to achieve. So, you know, it's very broad. It's a general reading, but if it resonates with you, then please, you know, take the bits that help to reassure you and help you to move forward. They're definitely wanting, it's interesting that we have focused here, and they're asking you to take the lead. In order for you to move forward with whatever this situation is for you, Capricorn, they're saying, you know, you need to take the lead here. You need to push it forward. You need to take the responsibility for making this happen. And what's lovely is that the card underneath, these cards are really stiff, so I have to check there's not 2, but the cards underneath is a card of celebration. And we do have 2 people here. We have 2 saxophones. We have 2 people. Looking like they're in a sort of a deep conversation, or maybe a loving situation. We'll see what comes out with the tarot, but it's feeling very positive for you. I love this set of readings, especially the last sort of 3 or 4 that I've done have been so positive. They've been fabulous. Spirit are asking me to use this set of tarot, but they've just said oracle first, which is really odd because we've already oracled. Oracled, you know what I mean? But they're also pointing me towards these cards, so I'll pull a couple of these and see what this is all about, and then we'll pull the tarot. So there's obviously some, when I use these cards are by John Holland, I believe, and I have 2 different sets of them, and Spirit tend to ask me to bring these in when it's about the emotion behind, or the feeling behind a situation. Right, so they're saying this is time for you to believe. You know, this angel lady has got her hand on her heart. Follow your heart's desires. Rebuild. There may be something that hasn't gone quite right. You've had to be very patient with it, but this is your indication that it's time to move forward and to rebuild whatever it is that you were trying to achieve, because it will bring joy and stability. And it's lovely that that comes up with the love card. So there's something very joyous here. So this could be rebuilding a relationship, as we said. It could be rebuilding anything you're working on, really. But they've said one more. Hang on. We're going for the 3. I thought we'd just go for the 2. Evidently not. Moving on, yeah. So you will have the opportunity to move forward with whatever this situation is, as I say, whether it's a relationship, whether it's, you know, something else that you're working on. You will get the opportunity to move forward with it, but you need to focus on where you want to go, what you want to, you know, the next steps and what you want to achieve moving forward. Yeah, so it sounds like the power's in your hands, Capricorn. We have sadness and isolation. Spirit is saying, yes, look, we're saying to you, take the lead, but actual fact, that taking the lead is going to lead you to celebration. There may be moments where you feel like you're fighting a battle on your own, Capricorn, but actually, Spirit are there with you. They want you to elevate yourself. They want you to rebuild this situation, whatever it is for you, this set of circumstances. They want you to take the lead in making this happen. And you're not alone. You may have felt that you wanted to withdraw. You know, you may have felt that you wanted to just hide from everything because things weren't moving at the pace you wanted them to, or they weren't, you know, going as you wanted them to. But Spirit are showing you, you know, springboarding into this light and into this elevated position. And it's only you that can do this, Capricorn. And we know you're more than capable. At the end of it, look at this. We have on the bottom of the deck, which shows, to me, whenever I read bottom of deck, 9 times out of 10, it is not happening immediately, but it is coming. And look, you have this reward coming once you've taken that step forward to rebuild and, you know, take the lead in this situation. So I'm running out of room. I'm going to put that over there, even though it belongs over here, but I'm so running out of room. So let's see what the steps are and what advice Tarot can give us today. Advice, oh gosh, they're on it today. They're so quick. You're going to have the clarity. They've given us 2 cards here, which is fabulous, because you're going to have the clarity to move whatever this situation is forward. So maybe new things will come to light. You'll have a new piece of information. There'll be a discussion that's had, because swords are all about communication. So there will be this something that will be a bit of a turning point, I think, for you, Capricorn. And we see with the Chariot that it will give you clarity on which direction is best for you. The Chariot is also, you know, he's sitting there waiting almost to decide which direction to go in. Rebuilding card, but he needs to know which direction. You're going to have the clarity. It's going to show you the best course of action moving forward. Chariot is also energy of speed. So I think once you make, once you have this clarity, or once you start building, things will move at a quicker pace. You know, you've had to be very patient, but things are going to be moving forward more quickly. What about the love, the joy? Oh, okay. I can't get it, Spirit. Here we are. The love, the joy and the stability. Interestingly, we have the Tower card here. And in order for things to be rebuilt, things have to have broken down. So it may be that if this is for you is about a relationship, it could be that there's been some discord, some arguments, some misunderstandings between you. You feel that things are breaking down. You're having to be very patient with the other person, maybe, because maybe they're not ready to communicate. Maybe, you know, maybe The Tower card is here to show us that it's time to rebuild, as we saw over here, because, you know, in order to rebuild, things need to have broken down in the first place. So, you know, I'm not alarmed by seeing, I'm never alarmed with Tower. I think it's one of the most powerful cards in the deck personally. But, you know, the joy and stability and the love is around you. It's just maybe it's now time to rebuild an aspect of it. Again, if you're working on a project, it may be that you've had a series of setbacks and you just are having to be so patient that you'll really get in to the point where you want to give it up. But Spirit is saying these things happen, they're testing you, things have to break down or obstacles have to be put in your way before you can rebuild and moving forward in a better format. And we have the King of Pentacles here. You know, all that work and all that patience, Capricorn, is paying off because, you know, the King, he's come down all these steps, look. He could have equally gone up all those steps because the King of Pentacles is steady, he's tenacious, and he gets his good outcome. He's sitting there with his abundance that he's worked for. So whatever situation you're working at the moment, whatever scenario it is for you, know that there is a positive outcome here. Yeah, your mind may be playing tricks on you. You may be self-doubting here because we had focus, we had moving on. You need to concentrate on what it is or how you want things to be moving forward, Capricorn. And when the devil energy comes up, the devil energy is maybe making you question the decisions you're making, questioning whether you're ready to move on, maybe. You know, that's the sort of energy it brings. It's a self-deceit energy in this scenario. But, you know, look here, it's come up with the Queen of Swords. Again, swords bring clarity because they cut through any nonsense, they cut through any obstacles. This is very rational thinking, and we know that that's going to come your way because we had the Ace of Swords over here. We know it's time for you to rebuild. So, you know, this is the beginning of you having the clarity to overcome this negativity if you're feeling negativity, and, you know, to step into your Queen energy where you feel back in control of things. You're feeling you can work things out quite easily by being quite analytical and quite rational about things. You also have the wisdom. In this particular deck, we have an owl sitting with the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is very clever. She can, you know, there could be a bit of manipulation there sometimes, but she can work situations out. So, you know, when we're asking you to focus, and what fabulous energy to have with the focus card, to have the Queen of Swords here when you're being asked to focus, she sees things clearly. And you know, she has that mindset whereby she's single-minded and she goes for what she's focusing on. So, you know, moving on is not going to be a problem for you there. What do you want Capricorn to know about this isolation card, please? There's too many, Spirit. Oops, I'm sorry, but there was too many. Two of Wands, yeah, here you are, look, planning your way forward, making that decision, deciding to take the lead. Again, Queen of Swords energy, when you're taking the lead, fabulous. And here you are, looking forward, planning your way forward, working it all out. For some of you, there may be some travel involved because we have galleons in the back of this picture outside the window. And so, or window space, I don't know. It looks like an era where there wasn't a window, but you know what I mean. But this is about you planning the way forward, you know, keeping your focus there on the positivity. They've just said there's one more. Let's see. Yeah. This is what you've been waiting for. You've been waiting, I feel, Capricorn, for the clarity around a situation. that will help things fall into place, help you build the way forward. And they're saying it's now time for the waiting to end, for you to use this Chariot energy to move forward at a good pace, and to know that this situation is time for you to take the lead on. And you may say to me, you know, SJ, that is really unfair, because I feel like I've been battling this for ages. I'm not disputing that. I'm disputing the fact that you may be questioning now whether you're making the right decisions. But Spirit are saying, if you haven't got the clarity yet, the clarity is here. It's coming. Look out for signs, synchronicities, but also, you know, listen to things that are being said, because it could be just one little sentence that will give you the clarity you need, or the idea you need. Because again, we have Queen of Swords energy here. She's an ideas person, to help you move this situation forward. You've waited long enough. It's now your time to step into that reality. But I just think you needed the jigsaw pieces to fit. You know what I mean? It just sort of felt like there was a piece of the jigsaw missing and you weren't quite sure. At the bottom of the deck here, we have the Five of Pentacles, which is interesting, because it's almost like you feel you're close to something or close to a situation, but you feel left out in the cold at the same time. So there's been a frustration around it. I think that's the word I started with, actually. There's a frustration that you feel like you're not quite there and you can't quite put your finger on how to move forward. The clarity's here. It's coming. Fantastic. So I'm going to pull some Moonology. I'm going to stick with this deck. You know, I love my Moonology. I'm a bit addicted. So let's get going on the Moonology. And oops, there's an aeroplane going by. Yeah, look at this. This is exactly what the reading's been saying. This energy, after feeling sort of maybe stuck for a long time and having to, you know, deal with frustration, the energy is now gaining momentum, Capricorn. It's time to move forward. Again, we've got Chariot energy here. You are very close to achieving your goal. This is what I just said. Amazing. You're finally going to see the payoff for all the work you have been putting in, because maybe you've been putting in loads of work but not seeing great results. That's just about to change, Capricorn. Life is about to get very good for you. And yes, emotions may be running high. We have on the bottom of the deck, but I feel that they're positive emotions. I feel like there's an excitement in the air for you that's coming. And I think it will come when you get this moment of clarity that's coming up. Fantastic. I hope that helped you. I hope it resonated with some of you as well. And if it did, please do, you know, drop me a like. We do love we do love it when you like and subscribe. It just helps the videos to be seen more often, which is obviously helpful for the channel. So thank you so much. If you want to drop a comment down below and tell me how this resonates, I'd be intrigued and happy to hear from you. And I will read for you again really soon, Capricorn. Thanks so much. Bye for now.